This is Radio Taiwan International.
Welcome to the news on Radio Taiwan International. I'm Hannah Belinsky, coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. We begin with a look at today's top stories for Wednesday, January 14th. Taiwan hosts Canadian MPs boosting ties in semiconductors, AI, and supply chains. President Lai appoints Su Jia-quan as new SEF chairman to boost cross-strait exchanges. And RTI's Spanish and Japanese programs rank first among international shortwave radio stations. But first, today's top story. Taiwan and Canada share core values and have highly complementary economic structures, Foreign Minister Lin Jialong said Tuesday while hosting a visiting Canadian parliamentary delegation. In an era when global supply chain resilience is increasingly vital, Taiwan aims to deepen exchanges with democratic partners and expand cooperation in technology, healthcare, and agriculture into new growth engines, he said. He hopes to extend collaboration to semiconductors, AI, energy, and key minerals. Lin hosted a dinner for Canadian MPs Melissa Lantsman, Adam Chambers, and Shelby Cramp-Newman on Tuesday. In a Facebook post, he called it the first Canadian parliamentary visit since the new government took office, a significant milestone. Lin noted that Canada has sent warships through the Taiwan Strait multiple times to support freedom of navigation and regional peace and stability, reflecting international consensus on maintaining peace across the strait. Institutional cooperation has advanced through the Arrangement for the Promotion and Protection of Investments, the Science Technology Innovation Arrangement, and memorandums to combat illegal, unreported, and unregulated fisheries. Lin emphasized that Taiwan and Canada are like-minded partners with complementary economies sharing democracy, freedom, human rights, and the rule of law. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Xiao Guangwei said,
Taiwan and Canada are like-minded partners with close cooperation. In recent years, both sides have continued to expand cooperation in health, technology, and economic and trade-related fields, demonstrating the deepening interactions and exchanges between the two countries in the Indo-Pacific region.
Facing authoritarian expansion, Taiwan stands with Canada and global democratic allies, Lin said. This year marks the 40th anniversary of Canada's trade office in Taiwan. He expects the friendship to remain warm. President Lai Ching-te has appointed former Legislative Speaker Su Jia-quan as the new chairman of the Straits Exchange Foundation, following the departure of Wu Fengshan on December 31, 2025. Presidential Office spokesperson Karen Kuo announced the appointment on Tuesday evening, noting that Su was chosen for his extensive political experience and successful record in international exchanges, including his tenure as president of the Taiwan-Japan Relations Association. President Lai expressed hope that under Su's leadership, the SEF will continue strengthening cross-strait communication in a constructive and positive direction. Kuo highlighted the significant role of the SEF in fostering exchanges between Taiwan and China, supporting Taiwanese citizens and businesses during challenging times and safeguarding their rights and interests. President Lai anticipates that Su will continue to advance these initiatives and contribute to the positive development of Taiwan-China relations. The Mainland Affairs Council welcomed the appointment, highlighting Su's long public service career from legislature representative and legislator to Pingtung County Magistrate and Interior Minister. The MAC expressed confidence that Su's seasoned leadership will help the SEF better serve the public while navigating the complexities of cross-strait interactions. The MAC also extended gratitude to former Chairman Wu for his service and said it looked forward to close cooperation with Su and SEF Vice Chairman and Secretary General Luo Wenjia. It reiterated that future efforts will adhere to President Lai's cross-strait policies and mainstream public opinion to maintain peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait. Radio Taiwan International's Spanish and Japanese language programs have once again received global recognition in shortwave radio. RTI's Spanish language service is 2025's most popular Spanish language international broadcasting station, according to a listener poll organized by Brazil's Club de Sin Fronteiras. Listeners from 22 countries participated in the voting, with an average daily listenership of up to 44%, demonstrating the Spanish service's strong transnational audience base and significant international influence. RTI's Japanese language service was recognized during the 2025 Japan Amateur Radio League Ham Fair, Japan's largest amateur radio event. According to a JARL poll held August 23rd through 24th last year in Tokyo, they were the most popular shortwave radio station and the best regular Japanese language broadcast service. They had won first place in both categories at the Ham Fair the preceding year as well. As many as 75% of Taiwanese people aged 50 and older said they are barely making ends meet, according to a white paper released by the Interior Ministry this Wednesday. Their findings indicate that although Taiwan's per capita GDP growth has been good, it has not translated into a sense of financial security for the middle-aged and elderly population. As of December 2025, the senior citizen proportion of the population surpassed 20%, officially making Taiwan a super-aged society. DBS Foundation collaborated with Commonwealth Magazine to conduct a survey of people aged 40 and older across the country to find out how prepared the population is for aging. This survey informed the 2026 Ageless Society White Paper. According to the white paper, Taiwan's aging is accelerating, but the expansion of high-quality, dignified living has not kept pace. Women, in particular, live longer, but spend an average of 8.57 years in poor health versus men's 6.96 years. They also experience higher rates of disability, depression, and loneliness. In addition, financial anxiety among nearly three-quarters of respondents aged 50 and above is indicative of a disconnect between macroeconomic performance and individuals' sense of security later in life. Director of Commonwealth Magazine's Channel on Aging, Peng Zishan, said,
"The ideal retirement fund is 13.2 million NT dollars, while the median is 10 million NT dollars. Those who want to adequately prepare but are unable to do so say that they feel their income is insufficient. They don't know how to prepare, and they don't know how much money is needed."
Finally, the survey shows that labor force participation in Taiwan drops sharply after age 55 and falls below 10% by age 65, showing that middle-aged and older workers are excluded from the labor market too early and further undermining individual financial resilience. The white paper notes that effectively increasing labor participation among middle-aged and older adults could not only ease labor shortages but also help delay cognitive decline among seniors. It also calls for narrowing the gap between average life expectancy and unhealthy years by building muscle strength early, cultivating regular exercise habits, and strengthening social connections. In response to smoking restrictions abroad, Taipei is making efforts to promote the concept of a smoke-free city, moving beyond merely designating no-smoking areas.
Anti-smoking officers in Japan's Kobe patrol public areas to ensure no one violates smoking restrictions, while in Tokyo, smokers are rarely seen along sidewalks and shopping streets. Under Japanese regulations, smoking is limited to designated areas with fines between $6 to $12 for violators. Inspired by Japan's success, Taipei Mayor Jiang Wan-an has proposed a stricter anti-smoking policy aimed at transforming the city into a smoke-free environment. Jiang said the principle will be prohibition with limited exceptions, meaning Taipei will follow international models by establishing designated smoking zones or smoking rooms to separate smokers from non-smokers. A city survey conducted last October found that 85% of residents were bothered by people smoking while walking, and 80% supported creating fixed outdoor smoking areas. At the Taipei Dome, which opened in 2023, smoking is banned throughout the area except for 6 designated zones screened by large plants. Violators face fine of around $60. Authorities are now considering whether this model could be extended across the entire city. Many citizens welcome the proposal, noting that designated smoking spaces would protect children and pregnant women from secondhand smoke. As Taipei eyes a smoke-free city, the success of this initiative will depend on strong public support. Filaskowski for RTI News.
Singapore tops the latest Henley Passport Index, with Japan and South Korea tied for second place and Taiwan advancing 3 spots to 33rd. CNN reports Singaporean citizens can enter 192 of the 227 countries and regions tracked by the index visa-free. Japan and South Korea follow Singapore with access to 188 destinations. The report highlights the United Arab Emirates' standout performance over the index's 20-year history, adding 149 visa-free destinations since 2006 and rising 57 spots, thanks to sustained diplomatic engagement and visa liberalization. Taiwan ranks 33rd, up 3 from December, with visa-free access to 139 countries and regions. Thanks for joining me for the news. I'm Hannah Belinsky. Stay tuned for another 50 minutes of English language features brought to you by Radio Taiwan International.